Bandits went on the rampage in the Danko Wasagu Local Government Area of Kebbi State. Some bandits attacked Danko Chiefdom, located in Wasagu Local Government Area of the state, and killed 19 persons, while injuring 30 others. Hundreds of residents have been displaced as a result, considering repeated attacks by bandits in the remote area. Some concerned citizens want the government's Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, MAGA, to be shut to avoid a repeat of the adoption of students of Federal Government College, FGC Benyari. As newsmen, we must report these stories, but as members of the human family, we feel a deep sense of grief that living in our country appears to be a dangerous business. Pikeo.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to live in our country now. Nigerians don't feel safe, and government appears to be powerless to solve the problem. This particular local government in Kebbi State has come under so many attacks. It's in the Zuru area, and because it shares boundary with Zamfara and Niger, two states where there is rampant banditry. Normally, they just find it convenient to come into Danko, Wasagu. They don't have their own camps there.
There yet.
They don't have camps there, but they keep coming from other places to attack the people and leave. And as I was told, by 6 p.m., once they are through with the attack, they just go. They don't sleep there at all. So we just need to do a lot better at protecting our people. I still recall how the students of Federal Government College, Brennan Yauri, were kidnapped in broad daylight. The security men put at the gate were overwhelmed. They were taken away. Since people are already talking about this coup, it makes sense for the government to quickly take action. They delayed in the case of the FGC because they were writing exam. They say, they've almost finished writing exam. Let them finish writing the exam. But today, some of those guests have been turned to sex slaves. Some have been married to the bandits. Is that what we want to see happen in the other school? They've got to shut that school now. Let those children go and finish their exam somewhere else. If we had done that in Chibok, we would not have been in that mess where up to 100 Chibok guests are still missing as we speak. I doubt if we can see most of them anymore, most of those 100 anymore. I think about 120 still missing. Some of them have been married to fighters, some of them have been indoctrinated, so they are not even likely to come home if they have the opportunity. So if government would do the right thing, some of these things can be averted. You can send troops early enough, but the safest thing is to even evacuate staff from the school, because what we were told was that when this last attack happened, the students were running helter-skelter. Even their staff did not sleep on campus. They ran away because they thought they could, from that place, because it's not far, come to their school. So the Kebbi state government has to behave responsibly this time around. Go and evacuate those students from that school and save us the embarrassment of mass kidnap of our innocent students.
All right, Dario, if these bandits do not have an enclave in Kebbi State at the moment, report has it that they come from Niger State and Zamfara State. Why can't the security agencies block these routes where they're coming from?
If you consider the boundary the local government shares with the two states we talk about, you'll understand why. That's vast expanse of land. Then this is the same Nigeria where our security forces are obviously overwhelmed. There is no doubt about that. We've been saying that in the last 3 years. After both the police and the army came to tell us they have a lot on their plate, that they may not respond promptly to some distress calls. We started living with the fact that we can have attacks that will go unresponded to. And it's been happening. I've not read this Danko Wasagu local government attack anywhere. I am yet to see the state government say something about it. These are ways we encourage these kind of things. If we keep quiet about it, if we pretend these things are not happening because we don't want bad publicity, we are encouraging the bandits to do more. And we must all constantly know that security is one of the most important things government can do to the people. I look forward to a day when Nigeria will be safe again.
All right. Thank you very much, Dare. We have Ada from Jos calling to share a contribution on the show. Ada, are you there?
Yes, that's calling from Jos. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, okay. About insecurity, I don't know. This is that it should be done in a coordinated manner, and the government of the day is not anything about that.
All right, seems. All right. Are you still there, Ada? All right, Dari, let's continue this conversation. What more can be done, especially now that we have a threat to the government's girls' comprehensive secondary school in Danko Wasagu? What more can the government do, especially the governor of Kebbi State?
The first thing I want to see done is shut down the school, evacuate the students, give the staff some form of security. You see, we can move these schools to safer places. We must not take chances. It happened in Chibok. It happened in other parts of the country. We've seen mass kidnaps. Enough of such. We can save our face by responding. You see, I had talks like, must we now allow the bandits dictate what happened? If they threaten and we move, it's as if we are submitting the security to them. But where we didn't submit, they went away with our girls. Many of those girls are not back today. They are being seen pregnant or carrying babies or used and dumb. There is a report that 1 or 2 were even seen, and psychologically they are no longer balanced. So are we going to be too proud to save lives and future of these young ones? I don't think it's the right thing to do. Close the school, reinvigorate the security architecture around the school and the local government, offer some form of assurance, not just to the school, to the people. These people too are Nigerians. They will not be able to do their businesses again. Their children will not be able to go to school. Farmers will not be able to farm. And then we still say they live in a country where there are laws and others, but there is a government. If you ask them this question, they will tell you no, they don't think so.
Okay, well, let's look at the economic implication of these attacks on Kebbi State.
Yes, these people target farming communities. They steal people's cattle. There's a lot of cattle rustling going on. And they expect you to not offer any resistance. So when you offer resistance, the vigilantes are usually slaughtered. When you hear about 60 people killed, majority of them will be vigilantes. People stood up to them. In Kebbi, because they were not used to bandits dictating to them that they should pay some levy before they can access their farms, they resisted them, they confronted them. But in one day, they killed 81 people in one local government. These guys killed 81 people. So many people can access their farms. We were speaking with the former governor of Kebbi State the other day, Alero, and he was saying that some of the places where people, places where people have huge farmlands, bandits have taken over. They can't access their farms. Are you surprised that food is now very costly because the Northwest is the main food belt of our country. People can access their farms.
All right. Joining us from Zuru in Kebbi State for more insights into this discussion is a human rights activist and political affairs analyst, Bamaye Dabel. Thank you very much for joining us, comrade. Now tell us more about this particular attack and how it happened.
First of all, let me thank the Journalist Hangouts program. You people have been very working for us. You have helped us a lot, and because this incident that happened, there is no newspaper or any TV channel that carried the story. You are the first people that are reporting the issues. What happened was on the 14th of this month, that's this week on Tuesday, some bandits coming from came to Mantari in the area of Maga, and from there they gathered in Koliko. And in that Koliko, these are farmland areas. Then from there they split themselves and they start to shoot people who are going to the farm, and some of them are already on the farms. A lot of people have been killed. From my discussion with the district head of Wari, that's Muhammad Disani. We have compiled about 19 persons that were killed, and a lot of them are attending medication in the General Hospital Zoo, and so many of them have been referred to the Medical Medical Center here in Kebbi. Also, there are about 30 people that have been injured, and we also have a lot of people that have been displaced. There is even one pastor that was on a condolence visit, and he was killed. About 4 of them in that house. And we now have a lot of humanitarian crisis as a result of that. About more than 1,000 people have been displaced, and a lot of cattle has been roasted. From the information we have gathered so far from our relatives that have been in that place, they said the vigilante group in that area were able to recover about 100 or more than 100 cattle. They were able to recover them. So that was what happened. This is not the first time, this is not the second time, and this is not the third time this thing is happening. It has been happening right from 2019, 2020, 2021, up to this 2022. Now, the security situation of Danko Wasagu is continued to deteriorate to an extent that mostly now people are no longer interested in reporting what is happening in that area. But I can show you that bandits has been killing people. There has never been a single month without the attacks of bandits that claims the life of more than 10 people. There has never been a single month for the past 2 to 3 years. So that is the situation we are in now in Danko Wasagu.
What is the security situation like? We know that these bandits are attacking the Zuru Emirate. The question is, why haven't we been able, since it's one part of Kebbi that they are attacking, why haven't we been able to get security men to go to that area and stop this attack, especially on Danko Wasagu Local Government?
If you look at it, after the incident that happened in Kenya, where about 19 military officers were killed and about 63 vigilantes were killed. Some military were deployed in that area. But after, I think they did not spend up to 1 or 2 months, they left. So the place is still vulnerable. And most of the military that are deployed to these areas, they will stay in the major villages, or what I will call the major towns within those villages, which the bandits operate from those areas like 15 to 30 kilometers. And if the military are to move to the location where the bandits are attacking, it will take them hours because of the terrain, of the nature of the places. There are a lot of dry streams, and now that the rains has come, some of these streams have started bringing in water. So it is very difficult for the military to access those villages. Another thing is that this military, the major problem is that they are not strategically located in places whereby they can stop the invasion of these bandits. And this military, you discover most of the bases, you have about 10 to 15 military personnel, or even highest, maybe 30. And bandits are coming about 300, like those that attack Danko Chiefdom district now, they are about 300. So how will a military troops, about 30 troops or 20 troops, confront those bandits, especially if they are on motorcycles? And most of these military cannot ride motorcycles in this terrain. They are not experts in that regard. So there is need to stop this thing. If you look at the border from Wasagu areas of Bena, you move down to Unaishi, down to Taruga, Kebbi, and even down to Wari. Now, it's about 150 kilometers or 200 kilometers. So strategically, the militaries need to be splitted and be positioned within this border so that they will be able to stop the bandits from invading. But if you look at all the locations where this military has been located, they are far away from the areas where these bandits move in to attack people. So that is the security situation of the place. And the vigilante that used to confront these people, they are no longer there. Most of the prominent fighters of the vigilante has been killed. If you look at Sakaba last year, within the first week of June, about 8 police officers were killed, including a DPO. Now, about 88 vigilantes were killed in Gaya last year, that was July. And then again this year, about 63 to 68 of them were killed. So if you look at it now, those local vigilante groups that normally confront the bandits have been demoralized because they have been attacking them, they have not been recording a lot of success. And even the military now, if you calculate the number of the military personnel that we lost within this Zulu Emirates in these 2 years, is amount to a lot of them. You calculate, you have more than 50 military personnel that has been killed. So there has been little success. And why do we have this little success? Is because the military bases were not strategically located in areas that they will be able to stop these bandits from moving to these villages. Because if they really want, there is a river that separates Kebbi with Zamfara. Because the security situation of Kebbi State is an overflow of the insecurity that is happening in Zamfara area. Now, it has gotten to a stage now they move freely and they rustle cattle and they kill people, and there is nobody that is there to confront it. The state government and the federal government, you will not see a serious commitment from them. And there are a lot of humanitarian crises, and these bandits we even have this, if you know Riba very well, in Zulu Emirates, if you know Riba, which is the headquarters
All right,
of the
thank you very much, Comrade, for bringing us up to speed with security situations in Kebbi State. We should let you go now.